Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episode review. This time we will be reviewing episode 87 of Sevens, the sixth final episode of this show, which is kind of crazy to say, but we really are in the final stretch of the seventh iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh! And what did I think about episode 87, which saw the duel between Romin and Princess G? Well, much like episode 85, which concluded the duel between Yuga and Roa, I really enjoyed it. Just like the Roa duel, I thought this was a fantastic wrap-up for Romin's character, a character that has been a little underwhelming in this season. I feel like she kind of was reduced to a curry joke for a good majority of Season 2, and her character didn't really develop in ways that I think I would have liked to see. That being said, with what she kind of built on in Season 1, it concluded really well, and I think I'm going to look back on Romin and Roa as potentially having two of the best finishing duels in this show and in Yu-Gi-Oh! In quite some time. They were very good. I don't know if I'd say at the level of like Revolver Soul Burner, but it was just very good episodes to wrap up their characters. And of course, the whole point of this episode was for Romin to finally make that decision and choose her own path and be her own person, as she was wrapped up in this whole Princess G thing and this whole solo debut because she lost her memories. Now, we do learn at the end of this episode that Princess G was pushing her just to push her. She wasn't actually this super manipulative adult that was using an 11-year-old to strike a record deal for her label so that it would benefit her label. She really does care about Romin. Romin was the girl at her concert 5-6 years ago that got the Prima Guitarna card that she threw to the audience. Romin was the girl that Princess G helped out back in episode 40 when she was dueling Yuga, when she didn't really know what path to take. And I think the reason this episode hit so well for me is because Romin's character, where her character is really excelled, is the self-doubt, the confusion, and just not knowing where to go. From the very beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, Romin Kirishima has been a character that didn't really know what her role was supposed to be. Was she supposed to follow a path in music? Was she supposed to follow a path in Rush Duels, which she enjoyed quite well? You even have the whole mini betrayal in that very first arc when Roa is pressuring her to spy on Yuga and learn about Rush Duels, and she obliges to it, and we see that twist happen at the very end of the first arc. And Luke, of course, throughout the show made her feel very guilty about doing that, really in the arcs to follow. I'm not sure if throughout the show is fair, but Luke made her feel guilty, and she felt naturally guilty because she was torn between having this great group of friends in Luke, Yuga, and Gakuto that were all formed and merged thanks to the creation of Rush Duels, versus doing what's best for her band, doing what's best for her cousin Roa, and not really knowing what's best for herself. And so she finally has to come to terms with that answer in this episode, and she does come to terms with it, as the answer is whatever she wants to do. Right now, she is choosing to give up on music. And I know in this duel she says she's going to do both because she loves both, and I'm not doubting that. But at the moment, she is making the decision to go with her friends, to go with Rush Duels, and to give up on music. And she says, I can save my solo debut for later, which is totally fair. And to just see her get this much focus, I thought was really good. I think this is probably the most Romin-focused episode in a serious manner. I'm not talking about the Romin Mimi Curry episode duel. This is the most Romin-focused episode probably of the entire season. Probably in like 40-50 episodes since her duel against Roa and her duel against Yuga, which was way back in the fourth arc. So this was an episode that's needed to happen for quite some time, and it really is a better late than never situation. And I'm happy that they played on all of the strengths of Romin's character, because to me, the strength of her character is that what am I going to do with my life element that I think a lot of us grapple with quite a bit. We're grappling. I'm grappling with it right now. What do I want to do with my life? Where is my future path? What do I love doing? Is path A worth taking if it means I can't do path B right now. And seeing that on stage in a... By the way, the music in this episode, some of the best music that Sevens has had all show long. And I'm not just talking about the Romin insert song, which was fantastic, just as good as Roa's song, Miniscape. Both of those are really, really good. But the OST at the end when she's talking to Princess G was also super incredible, and Princess G kind of giving her that nod of approval at the end. It was just a great way to wrap up this arc for Romin, because Romin, and by the arc I really mean the show, because Romin's whole motivation and inspiration, Princess G, and maybe you can argue Yuga and Rush duels, and seeing that come to a head in this duel, and seeing her go down the path that we all wanted her to go down, and that she ultimately wants to go down, was super good. And I really think, just like Roa's final duel, a great conclusion to Romin's arc character here in Sevens. And with her 7th win, Romin becomes the most winning girl character in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unequivocally, the best girl duelist that a Yu-Gi-Oh! Series has ever had. I don't know if she's the best girl character. Her and Aki are very close for me, but the best girl duelist, easily. 7 wins. Aoi, Yuzu, and Kotari. I know it's unfair to put Kotari there, but she was the lead girl of Zexal. The past 3 lead girls in Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows, the past 9 years before Sevens, had 6 on-screen wins combined. This was Romin's 7th in a show that's going to go about half of the time that Arc 5 and Zale went, and about a 4th less than Vrains went. So it's impressive what she did. I would have liked to see a little bit more character development and maybe just more relevancy to the main plot for Romin in the show, but I think that what they did with her character was fantastic, and in a lot of ways a massive and needed breath of fresh air. All the girl characters in this show have been a breath of fresh air, and so seeing the duality between the decks of Princess G and Romin was also incredible. I think this is the first time where we have a fusion that I guess you can choose which fusion you want to make, because the materials that Princess G and Romin used for their final fusions were the same, but Romin summoned a different monster than Princess G did, and using the effects of Prima Guitarna and then Esperade when her life points were under 1,000 to get rid of Princess G's field, and then flip all of her monsters to attack position, and they were able to beat down over Princess G's fusion, was also a great tactical move by Romin, and the dual quality I thought was really enjoyable as well. And it's just funny to me that Romin's 3 toughest opponents, Yuga, Gakuto, and Roa, she beat all of them. And Princess G put up a pretty good fight in this episode as well, especially with the fusion. I would argue Princess G might be maybe her 4th or 5th hardest opponent. And it's funny because when she duels the mid-tier characters like a Sushiko or a Yuka, those are the characters that have actually beaten her. Yuga also beat her. I think her dueling record is 7-3. So I was kind of nervous if she was actually going to be able to pull this one out, but I'm happy that she did. She really needed to and deserved to beat her idol, as Roa said, at the end of this duel. And the duel quality, seeing all the fusions, 3 fusions in this duel, was also really, really good. So again, can't be happier with how Romin's character concluded. There was a little bit more to be desired, I think, with her in the middle of the show, but really good start for her, and I think a fantastic ending, probably as good of an ending as you could have asked for the Kirishima cousins in this case. I really do believe that. As for the other elements going on in this show, the ending scene with the Goha siblings was fascinating. Very, very fascinating. First of all, it seems like Swirly might be coming out of Goha Yuga. Goha Yuga has a moment where he's going through it like we saw a couple episodes ago, and he actually says swirl. So I don't know if Goha Yuga is being suppressed by Swirly. I don't even know what Swirly really is. Is it a different character within him? Is it representative of his innocence? And that's what's kind of coming out of him? And then what are the odds that they're solving the book, thanks to Meguro, cool assist there with Eugene getting it done. And they're solving the book, and Yuo looks out the spaceship window and sees his brother plummeting to Earth. And it seems like Yuo gets his memories back. So all of our characters here have their memories back, which is great. With 5 episodes to go, that's great. Yuo seemingly gets his memories back and says, We have to find those answers immediately. And 88 is going to be insane. Seems like it could be Luke versus Tiger. We're going to learn a little bit about the Kamijo Gear Company. We're going to learn maybe about Luke's phantom powers. We're going to learn about the mysteries of the Sevens Road book. And every character has their memories back. With 5 episodes left, I feel very good about saying that this show is going to wrap up well. This is the most confident I've felt about Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's ending well since this final arc has begun. I feel very, very good about it. And I think these next 5 episodes are going to be interesting. Look for little things that they might set up here that could lead in to Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. Because we know in Go Rush, the citizens of Matsuba Town hate aliens. They have groups dedicated to hunting and getting rid of aliens. And it seems to be the same world as Sevens. So I'm going to be on the lookout in these next few episodes to see if they're going to plant any seeds for the next series. But very excited to see how Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s is going to conclude. Couldn't have been happier with this episode. I thought 86 was okay. I thought 85 was great. So 2 out of the last 3 episodes being really good. Great character conclusions for Romin and Roa. And I definitely am not complaining about that. But guys, let me know what you thought of Romin as a character. I'm sure we've probably seen everything that she has to offer up until this point, or through the show probably, unless she makes an appearance in Go Rush, which we have no idea if she will. This is probably the final duel and probably the last big thing that Romin Kirishima will do in 7. So as a girl lead, where do you rank her? She's right at the top for me. I don't know if she's 1 or 2, but man, I'm very happy with how she was treated, and just given how Yu-Gi-Oh! Girls are usually treated and handled, I think she was probably the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Girl lead since Aki, and maybe even better than Aki. But let me know your thoughts on that and the episode down below. Thank you all so much for watching my review of episode 87. And a special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Panther J, Blue Maiden 28, and Jarrett Buller, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, and Erick Avila, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, Ccapacappuuu and Syn Cloud. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Thank you to everyone who is a YouTube channel member. You guys help me out and you help out this channel so much. I cannot begin to explain how thankful and appreciative I am for each and every one of you. Definitely check out my Patreon for more channel exclusive perks down below in the description. I stream on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Instagram. Links for all those will be down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.